Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. I'm excited for tonight and to absolutely go through this whole experience with how we have these individuals who are winning. For those of you who do not know, in the month of October, October 1, we started a 90-day challenge. Yes, 90 days. It started because we had a book author on the show several months prior that talked about this 90-day process. That when you are devoted to something 90 minutes a day, and that could be broken up into three segments where you do 30, 30, 30, or two segments 45 and 45, where you focus on this whole particular thing for 90 days, you will create new habits, you'll accomplish some amazing goals. And so we said, hey, let's take on this challenge. And that's what we did. October 1st started the challenge. And now here we are halfway, almost at the end of November, and we're halfway through the challenge. Halfway through. And these people, these women who have committed, is more than the three that you'll see tonight, are winning it. They are overcoming some obstacles, some barriers. There are those who started writing books. There are those who started making sales, winning, elevating their nonprofits, starting new businesses. It's absolutely amazing. And so we're going to be hearing about all of that tonight. And we're going to hear about three amazing ladies' experiences and how they are winning in 2020 through this 90-day challenge. Invite your friends. Get on board. It's going to be a good one. See you soon.
Here at MBA, we try to help you be your best. So join Joanna Collins as we join to make your business a success. I see you starting out your business, you seem kinda lost. So come and visit our page and we'll help you be a boss. We'll guide you and support you with new exciting strategies. Join us at MBA, don't let it be a tragedy. We offer help, we offer class. From now we'll start with a little bright sweat. But don't have to stress, just do your best. With us on your side, you'll learn to maximize.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in this evening. I am absolutely excited and absolutely elated that you have joined us and that you will be here listening to how these ladies are winning, what they have done, how they have overcome some challenges and obstacles, how they're making money, y'all, and how they have some plans to be moving forward with their businesses and how they plan on elevating and escalating and moving forward. It's going to be amazing. So I'm going to invite them all in at the same time, and you are going to hear all of their amazing stories, and we're going to end up having so much fun. And hey, Lee, how you doing? How are you? Thank you for joining us. And so we're going to have Dr. Marcia Larkins. We're going to have Jamila Tucker, and we're going to have Melissa Montero all come and join us this evening. Come on in, ladies. I'm looking forward to you. Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening.
Hello. So, what we are going to do for first up, I am so excited and I do not want to belabor the time at all. I'm going to have you, basically the way you are on my screen, Dr. Larkins, Jamila, and then Melissa, you're going to tell us all a little bit about yourself. I'll give you the floor. Tell us about yourself. And then after you tell us about yourself, you're basically going to tell us why you started the 90-day challenge. What was your reasoning, your motivation, and all that other good jazz with it. All right? So, Dr. Larkins, you got the floor. Let's go.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. I am Dr. Marcia Larkins. A little bit about myself. I could tell a whole lot about myself, but just in a few words, I want to say that I'm an educator. I'm a profound educator. I always believe in learning. Learning never stops, no matter what the age or season is. My background is in education. I've always been a promoter of encouraging people, helping people, restoring people. So that mantle has always seemed to have been on my life. It's always been my life's work, not just in the church, but in the secular world. So I kind of meshed them my whole life together, have meshed them together to work for me, and they work. And it is a work, it is a needed work. So I stay with what is working. The 90-day challenge was good. It helped me to learn a few things. It helped me to become wiser. It helped me to become stronger. And I really wanted to take the 90-day challenge so that I could improve my skill set. Because we're ever trying to build on what we already have learned and make it better. So I wanted to make it better. So my whole premise for taking it was to challenge just not myself, but to challenge the ministry that I have in myself. And this ministry is to target women, especially women, and continue to target them, but more specifically, those that lack motivation, those that need specific tools to unlock their potential so they can take some action and follow some necessary steps to understand who they are, better equip themselves to be able to deal with the life issues that they encounter on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to be getting more into that and talking about that in your processing and how you kind of went through everything. So definitely hold those great nuggets for us.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Jamila. Hey, Jamila.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for having me. So my name is Jamila. I am a mother. I am a new children's book author. I wrote my children's book a year ago, and I am an autism advocate. And this 90-day challenge also to better myself, better my business, and just gain more knowledge of the nonprofit organization in a whole, so that I could, again, better my business and take it a little further than what I have been doing.
Awesome. No, that's absolutely amazing. I'm excited because you have been doing some dope stuff. So I'm excited that we can share with the world what you've been doing and what you've been working on and how you have made some amazing differences for Autism Rec, right? So it's going to be cool. It's going to be absolutely dope. So thank you. Thank you, Jamila. All right. And next up,
Thank you.
no problem. Next up, we have Melissa Montero. Did you freeze up on us, Millie? Well, at least she froze in a really good position because... All right. So I guess she's out. Well, when she comes back in, we will definitely make sure that she's joining us and we'll, keep on moving forward. But until then, right, I'm going to go through, we're going to ask you about some of the steps that y'all had to take, right? What was it? And what was the beginning part and how do you feel like you did things differently, right? And when you did that stuff differently, what were some of your successes? Oh, Melissa's back. All right, Melly, you were frozen on this, girl. Your turn. It's your turn.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yep.
I clear?
So, yes, we hear you and hear you clearly.
Okay.
So,
all right. Sorry
no, you're good. So basically, why you did the 90-day challenge, and of course about yourself, and then why you did the 90-day challenge.
Sure. So my name is Melissa Montero. I am a wife. I am a mother of 3. I am a leasing professional by day. I am also an entrepreneur. I have had the pleasure of knowing Sharita and taking advantage of her programming and all of the awesome things that she offers to business owners for a long time. And so when she told me about the 90-day challenge, it was a no-brainer for me. As Dr. Larkin said, there's so much inside of me. And sometimes with all of these things swarming around, I kind of need a place and a time, one, to write those things down and be strategic about attacking them, and then two, having the accountability, which is what I love about the 90-day challenge, just being able to have other people who are like-minded, that we can rally around and push each other forward. So that was my reason for taking advantage of it.
Nice. Awesome. Absolutely amazing. And like you said, that whole accountability piece, right? We had to hold each other accountable. Doing that helped us keep moving forward with our goals with only 7 weeks so far, right?
Yeah.
Again, we started October 1st. And I mean, y'all are doing some amazing things within such a short period of time. And then there are others, of course, in here who are not on, but who started writing books, right? Who were overcoming certain challenges with their communication skills and who are making really great strides. Others have started other businesses that were new to them. We know we got some people on too that started their other businesses as well and are really taking it up to the next level. And then some people did certain things personally, right? Like losing weight and weight loss and stuff. And for y'all to keep it going at least this far, that's absolutely amazing, because some people drop out after like 3 weeks. So we're going to go through and we're going to basically talk about your whole experience. Hey, Mike, how are you? How are you? Thanks for joining. And so with this challenge, we're going to talk about some of the things that I guess were lacking a little bit before you started the challenge. And then when you started the challenge, what the difference was. And so whoever wants to go first, you can definitely, just go off mute and start speaking about that particular thing. How was it before? And then when you started it, how is it now, so that you know you're winning?
So for me, before, I wasn't working every day. I wasn't putting in that work. So with your 90-day challenge, it was also like 90 minutes a day to work on 3 different goals. So my goals was to work on my business, which was my nonprofit organization, Autism Rec. My personal goal was to lose weight, and my other goal, I guess it could be like a personal goal and a business goal, was to work on my public speaking and getting out of my own way of doing interviews and podcasts and things of that nature. So since starting the 90-day challenge, I lost 7 pounds. I stopped. I haven't had coffee in since like October 6th. So I haven't had coffee. That has given me more energy with just drinking water and orange juice in the morning. And I've been doing this challenge with my oldest son. So we just been drinking water. We cut out the juice, and only juice that we do have is maybe apple juice and orange juice. As far as the business side of it, like I said, I now put in some work every day where if it's just 15 minutes, I'm doing something to help my business. During this 90-day challenge, I also helped my husband and my son start their business, which is a cleaning business. So I even give their business at least 15 to 30 minutes of my time a day to try to make their business better and make their business successful. And my husband and myself, we're doing this for my son, who's 11 and has autism. So we're just trying to better ourselves, work together as a family, and show our kids that, don't let nothing stop you. Just because we had some setback doesn't mean that they have to hold us back. We want to keep moving forward, and we want to set an example for our other kids. I have 2 boys of my own, and then I have 3 bonus kids, my stepkids. I call my bonus kids. So we just wanted to set an example for them. We wanted to make it so that our youngest, who has autism, has something to look forward to and has a brighter future despite him having autism.
That's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, because you challenge yourself to hit these goals, you found that you not only were you able to start another business and help your husband and son do that, you were able to also increase things with your nonprofit, right? And
Yes.
so, tell us a little bit more about that piece. How were you able to make that increase within your nonprofit? What were some befores and what were some afters within the next, 7 weeks?
So before, I wasn't running as a nonprofit. I was just doing it out the kindness of my heart. And from my children's book, Jay Just Wants to Play, is what made me start the nonprofit. My son having difficult time making new friends. So I started a support group to where the kids can meet one another and the parents can meet one another and connect and share stories and don't have to feel alone. So with the 90-day challenge, and being in this pandemic, I'm stuck in the house, nothing to do really. So that gave me time to look further into information about a nonprofit organization. Um, with Melissa's group, competition over collaboration, I've been able to watch different videos and different workshops and things that y'all have been putting together to help me improve my knowledge of a nonprofit, of running a business, of putting my book together and promoting my book and just branding all together. So with my nonprofit, I wasn't a nonprofit before. So now I am a nonprofit. Before, I wasn't getting as much donations or support. Now the donations and support is like pouring in, and it's a little overwhelming, but I love it. So keep the support coming in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'm gonna say this too, with the pandemic and with them sending out that stimulus check, I wanted to invest that money. I didn't want to just blow that money. So I took that money and I used that money to get my nonprofit, to do my incorporation. I used that money to um, file for my 501(c). So that's what I did, and I wanted to invest in stock, but I wasn't sure about stock. I wasn't familiar with it, so I said, that's not my lane right now. So
Listen, that's how it
I
is.
stayed in my lane and did what I knew best, and that was me helping autism families and supporting autism families. I know, even though I have my husband, I know my struggles, and a lot of parents out here are single parents. So I know my struggle with having my husband. So I can imagine the struggle of being a single parent. So I just wanted to extend my help. I'm blessed to have that help and that support from not just my husband, but my mother, my sister, my family in general, my son. So I wanted to be that support for those that didn't have the support.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And while we're here, right, I did tell you that I had a surprise for y'all. So I wanted to show y'all this here. I'm gonna share my screen with you real fast. Look at that. So wanted to share with you that we got Jay Just Wants to Play up and going. So, it's the flat homepage piece with your stuff. We'll go through later and, kind of like talk about it. Yep. So this basically is Jay Wants to Play. And so you have it here. People can purchase the book, right? People can support all those different things. So just kind of wanted to share this with you all just to be like, hey, listen, Jay just wants to play. So that's one of my surprises for you all.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. So now you have this here. And people, again, once we do a final run through of everything, you'll be straight, you'll be good to go. But yeah, wanted to do that. And while we're on this piece as well, Dr. Larkins, wanted to show off yours too. Let me get ready to do that and share yours. Let me share my screen. Let me reshare it. All right. So, Dr. Larkins, here we have yours right here. So, got something moving forward with you. We're going to meet, of course, and go through some more stuff. Got scheduled consultations and some other stuff. And want to connect your Facebook on here and things like that as well, and do some more other little features that I have for you. But I wanted to show you where your stuff is heading, and I got some more pictures for you that I got to put on here as well. But wanted to get moving forward to kind of just show you everything, as far as your websites are concerned. So I'm excited now. So we got some stuff moving forward with your websites and things. Yep. So wanted to do that, definitely. Awesome. So with that being said as well, wanted to kind of go through too and basically ask you, like Melissa, like you saw that we had now Jamila is in her next phase with getting her landing page done for the book. I know we basically did one for you. What was your experience flowing with it?
I can say a million things about this landing page. So I know we talked about it before, but it's definitely, so just to kind of take a step back. So I am a self-published author. I wrote a book in 2018. And when I started my book initially, I did not have a landing page. So I know what it's like to release a book, not have a landing page, not being able to capture the information of the people that are purchasing your book, everything going through Amazon, and you kind of lose in touch with the people that purchase. So this time around, with the help of the 90-day challenge and the accountability, I was actually able to self-publish a book for my daughter. My daughter wrote a book. She's 9 years old, and she wrote a book. And so that book was released on October 23rd. And in addition to that, I reached out to Sharita to work on a landing page, which is amazing. The landing page is amazing. But because I had the landing page when releasing her book, I was able to capture all of the information from anybody who purchased her books, who purchased her t-shirts, just being able to keep track of the money. I was able to get all of the sales from her books to go directly into her bank account. Just being able to communicate with the customers, like being able to send an email and say, your book was shipped. It was already shipped, to be able to say, okay, this person we still need to fill an order for. It just made life so much simpler with me multitasking, working full time, 3 kids, working. It just made life so much easier. It also puts her a step above other people. So when I'm reaching out to people for opportunities for her to speak or do stuff, it allows me to be able to say, go right to her website, and they can get a good snapshot of who she is versus me trying to sell her to them or tell them about anything. It just makes it that much easier. So I am elated, and I love, love, love the landing page.
Yay. Awesome. So I'm excited. And that's part of the success, right, of making these things for our businesses, right? These transitions and things like that we need to basically make for everything. So when it comes down to how we will flow with stuff, the professionalism, the ease, right? The fact that we are able to now level up some more and bring additional income that we didn't have before because we have a bit of order is absolutely amazing. So Dr. Larkins, can you talk to us a little bit more about your experience between when you started really moving forward with your lives, maybe even some of the tech, right? What was it like for you to then tackle some of the tech challenges with 2020 and it being challenging, overall?
The thing that I had to wrap my mind around is that even though it's ministry, ministry is a business to some degree. And I need people to understand that because there are a lot of strategies and tools from the business world that need to come in with ministry. Because if I had not sought you out to get the structure, to get the tools and the strategies, I wouldn't be as far along as I am. So, kind of backpedaling a little bit, I had this desire to do ministry live. And I was very much afraid. So I had to first conquer my fear of going live. And for a lot of people, they thought that was silly. They thought it was ridiculous. But a fear is a fear. Until you overcome the fear, you'll never meet the challenge. So I had to meet the challenge of overcoming my fear of going live. So I initially did that and I moved forward and I do a Wednesday Wisdom every Wednesday live on Facebook at 7:30. And it's been very productive. It's been very fulfilling and it's working, but I want to take another step away from that and do something a little different. Not saying that I want to leave the Wednesday live. I'm going to continue to do that, but I want to segment my skill set directed to a targeted audience of women, women that can use my help other than just the women that I deal with live. And I'm more hands-on oriented. I'm more of a supportive based kind of person. And the thing that I liked about this 90-day challenge especially was that the women, you, Sharita, all of you ladies, you were very supportive. You helped, you listened, and you were patient. And that's what's needed with sisterhood. We need to uplift each other. We need to be accountable to each other, and we need to be patient, and we need to work with each other. And that's what I got from this whole experience. I got accountability, which said, okay, you have this deadline to get this done, which meant that I've invested something not only in myself, but in the ministry that I wholeheartedly believe in. So I had to be steadfast with getting it done. And if I didn't dot every I, cross every T one day, I didn't stop. I simply picked it up and kept it moving. If something didn't work with the technology, I picked it up and kept it moving. So in other words, when you have a vision that you want to birth, you got to know that you know that you know that you know that it's your baby and you want to see this thing come to fruition. So you keep working on it. And so I kept working at it. I kept doing what needed to be done to get it to where it is right now.
Yeah, and that's so important. That's extremely important because the more you work on it, you know, like any child, right? If you neglect your baby, if you neglect to feed it, if you neglect to give it love, if you neglect to nurture it, then what will happen? So the fact is that, hey, Nellie, how are you? Thanks for joining. And thanks for joining, Kwanda. And so the more you begin to push at this thing with your baby, with your business as you move forward, you will see it grow, right? Your baby may not come out running. And I find that within business sometimes too, there are a lot of people who want to start this thing as a baby and want it to be a full-grown adult, you know, within their businesses. And it's like, really? Your baby got to have some time to grow. It has to understand what it means to walk, right? They have to understand how to hold its balance. And you got to see that. And it's kind of like that with your business, right? And there's an appreciation, right, Nellie? Hey, thank you for joining, coming in. But there's an appreciation for when your babies are basically, when you see them walk through the process, right? There's an appreciation as a parent when you see them take their first step, when you see them begin to move forward with all the things that they're now learning to do, when they're learning how to do their alphabet. And it's like that within business. When you see that you made your first, you know, maybe $500, right? And then you're like, oh my goodness, now I'm at my first 1,500. And then you're like, oh my goodness, finally made 50K and then 100K. And then when you hit your first mil, right? And so those are, of course, all these different levels that we're looking to grow and get our businesses to, even if it is a nonprofit, growing it to the level where your nonprofit may be, you know, now I'm located in just a location, but now I want to be all over the United States, right? One in every state. What does it look like for me to have a nonprofit in that place? So I think that's really, really amazing wisdom to keep on working and keep on moving forward with it. and having a vision, and like you stated, Dr. Larkins, that sisterhood, that accountability, right? While yes, it's not exclusive to women, most of us are the women who joined the 90-day challenge. And so it has become like a sisterhood, holding each other accountable, encouraging each other on our Friday calls, right? When we are now meeting with each other and hashing out those business ideas, right? And just getting the information that you need to know what you're going to do for your business and your next step. So absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I appreciate y'all, and I'm excited because y'all are doing some big stuff. Y'all are doing it with only 7 weeks already. Only 7 weeks, roughly about, that we've been in this challenge, and y'all are doing some stupendous stuff. So we're going to be celebrating again, of course, come December, end of December, with you completing your 90 days. And so with that, was there something else that any one of you wanted to add about your overall experience with this 90-day challenge? I think you were going up. Okay, go ahead, Jamila.
So my overall experience has been amazing. I even told Melissa on their page, on their group page, Collaboration Over Competition, that I felt sometimes, you get these people that invite you to groups and you like, oh, it's just another group that I'm not going to benefit from. It's just another group that's going to post stuff that's not going to be anything in my lane to what I want to do. But I'll have to say that both your group and Melissa's group has been very, very supportive, very encouraging, inspiring, uplifting. I've made new friends with both groups with this 90-day challenge. Dr. Larkin, she has supported my organization, and she's made a donation, and we've chatted on the phone, and we realized that we have some similar fears, and we talked, and I told her she's not alone, and by us talking, I knew that I wasn't alone. Even with Leanne, me and Leanne talk about just almost about every day, even through Messenger. We just send out a text or a message to each other, just saying, hey, how's your week going? How's your day going? How you going with your goals? So it's really been a sisterhood, even with Carlene Rucker. She reached out to me. She wanted to support the organization. She purchased my book. So it's really been a sisterhood, and it's really been collaboration and not competition. I have collaborated with I've collaborated with Levine. I've improved myself. Like I said before, I didn't want to do like podcasts and things like that. So I have collaborated with Levine and did a podcast with Levine. I I've just gained so much information. The list can go on and on and on, and we can be here all night. Like, I really gained a whole lot of information with Tierra Jones with her nonprofit organization, and she does her workshops, and I was able to sign up for her workshops. I can reach out to her. She reaches out to me, and it's just been amazing. And if it wasn't for Tierra workshop and her strategy planning, I wouldn't have been able to get the funding that I have been getting, because she has a whole strategy plan, and she has the whole guide to help you send out these letters. All you have to do is just change the name to your organization. So it was very helpful. I sent those letters out. I sent out emails, and I've gotten a response that I didn't get before. And I've been doing this for 3 years now. So it's really been amazing. It's been helpful. And I'm glad that Melissa reached out to me. She sent me a message. She like, hey, I invited you to this group. I really think you can benefit from this group. You need to check it out. So I'm glad she, sent me that message, and I'm glad I did. take advantage of it. It's been amazing. This 90-day challenge has been amazing. It's made me focus. It's made me put my energy somewhere else. I've dealt with anxiety for so long, and it's kind of like calmed me down a little bit, because now I'm focusing on something else, on bettering myself and bettering my family. So it's really been helpful and amazing. And people saying 2020, they wish 2020 kick rocks, but 2020 has been amazing for me, I must say. And I would say that I owe it to you, Sarita and Melissa, for y'all groups that y'all have created and the platforms that y'all have.
That's awesome. That's absolutely amazing. And the thing about you, Jamila, is there are a lot of people who come into groups, right? And some of them are looking for what they can get out of it for free and all that other stuff, right? But the thing I like about you is that you apply the information, right? That was one of the big things that Kevin, when he did the credit piece for us a couple of weeks ago, he talked about, right? We get a lot of information, right? Knowledge is power, but he mention that it's the applied knowledge that essentially gives us the power, that gives us the ability. So people get information all the time, but if they don't apply it so that it's going to help them move to the next level, then it's not going to be successful. And that's what you have done, and what all of you have done here, and what many of those who've been very committed to the 90-day challenge have done. And it's nobody breaking your arm or anything like that. Is you really making a decision that you're going to take the knowledge and you're going to apply it to your life and take the necessary steps in order to get there. And that's amazing, because that's what business owners need, right? They need to do that when no one's going to tell them, hey, you're doing good, you're doing great. Or, when they're all alone by themselves and have to make a decision that I'm either going to keep on moving forward or that I'm not. They make up in their minds that they're going to apply the knowledge that they were given and keep it moving. And that's what it's been about. So I appreciate you, Jamila, and I'm glad that you were benefiting from these groups, right? And from the challenge, and it's been so life-changing, because that's really what it is all about. So you are a true example of what this thing is definitely about, and how it's helping you move into your greatness, right? My business is called Achieve Greatness. So that's one of the purposes, to help everybody achieve their greatness. So you are doing it. 2 snaps to you, girl. Yes. So anyone else, Dr. Larkins, Melissa, do you have any additional things that you want to add about your experience with the 90-day challenge, and, just overall how it's been beneficial for you?
I know Jamila talked about those 3 goals, those 3 things that we said. And like I said, coming into this, I had a ton of ideas of all the things I wanted to do beyond 3. But when we talk about the 3 key things I wanted to do, 1 was my health, 2 was my business, and then 3 was motherhood and my children and being available to them. So with the health, I decided, and I've been working with Sharita actually with that, my accountability all day, every day. So just trying to try intermittent fasting, trying to be more aware of water and food intake, because, being a business owner and just being a person in general, we have to take care of ourselves and we have to take care of our body. So I knew that, going into this thing, yes, it's great to push business and nonprofits, but our body is important to us as well. So with that being said, just kind of trying to commit to a healthier lifestyle, making choices, not being perfect. I still like to eat chocolate chip cookies and I love my sweets. So trying to do better, but since I started, I actually lost 10 pounds. So I'm excited about that. Just with business, like Jamila was saying, being able to I have this platform. She talked about collaboration over competition, and this was given to me. Not sure how I was going to kind of spell it out. Sharita has helped me with kind of organizing myself with that. I have a great team of women. Many of them are on this live now who have helped push this vision out, and I couldn't do it without my girls. So love them for that. But since the 90-day challenge, I've been working towards getting it to a nonprofit status. So I have set up, I've had some workshops that I've done to create a strategic plan, because I want to make sure that I do it the right way. You know, you learn about people starting businesses, starting nonprofits without a plan in place, and then they fail. So I wanted to make sure with this thing, because there's women that are attached to it. There's lives that are attached to it. There's women that want to grow and learn. And so I want to make sure I do it the right way. So that is one of my goals that I've been working on, and I applying every day, doing steps to it every day to make it, you know, what it is and to go forward with it. And then with motherhood, just trying to teach my children. I feel like, you know, we have to teach the next generation and pass on those gifts and skills that we have. So with that, like I said, helping my daughter with her book. Now my son wants to write a book too. So I've got my hands full with them, but I'm excited that they want to, you know, be entrepreneurs. You know, I'm excited that I'm able to take this time and focus on, you know, what they want to do in their future, you know, and their legacy, not just me, but, you know, giving it forward to the next generation. So this 90-day challenge has really helped me to really just stay organized, stay accountable, and look at my whole self, not just business, but also my personal and my health as well. So I am elated. I love the, you know, the Friday calls. I love to get on and talk to the ladies, just being able to, I've connected with a number of them. They've supported collaboration over competition. They've bought my books. So I am just grateful to them. They've supported Maya. I mean, it's just been a blessing. And I appreciate you, Sharita, so much for creating this platform, for seeing the need, you know, because you were thinking about your target audience. You were thinking about the people that follow you, and you created this. And I know you have your own responsibilities, but being diligent and committing your time, we appreciate you. So job well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I definitely do appreciate that. And that is what gets me excited, knowing that I'm able to help and impart different things into other people's lives, because it's these little foundations that will help set you forward, right? So if it's your desire that you're going to be a millionaire or a trillionaire, a billionaire, right? I'm going to be right there with you, just so you know, I will be. So, you know, it's these little things right here that create the foundation for you in order to get to that next step. These little pushes, right? So that's absolutely amazing. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing, and especially about being whole, because even if we make business choices and decisions for ourselves, if we're not whole emotionally, mentally, and, you know, spiritually, then how can we continue to move forward? So that's what this 90-day challenge is about, being whole in all those different areas, moving forward and making those goals and commitments. So thank you for sharing that piece. And Dr. Larkin, do you have any additional thing to add?
My word would be balance.
Balance, yes.
Balance. I had to learn balance, because sometimes the scale was tilting one way, 1 minute the scale is tilted the other way. You have to be balanced. And what I'm saying with that, you have to have time for your personal life, time for your home life, time for your spiritual life, time for everything, so that it all works together. When it's out of sync, it's out of balance, nothing is productive and nothing gets done. And so I had to learn to become more organized with my life. Not that I'm not diligent to the vision, but I had to be balanced in all areas, because all areas work together to help bring balance to the vision that I'm trying to create here. So if I don't do that with balance in mind, my whole project just goes out the window. Because what happens is I could work on my vision, say half a day, more than 90 minutes. But then I've let something be neglected, or someone be neglected, or some aspect of my life neglected. Then everything else is out of place, out of sync. And so then I find the next day I can't devote that energy or that level of time to it. And things get missing. And so when there are gaps, you miss the flow. And there's a flow to a vision. Okay, so for me, balance is key. The second thing would be being authentic. You have to be real with who you are. Know what your strengths are, know what your limitations are, work to enhance the limitations that you have, work to even increase those things that you're good at, because we don't know everything and we don't know all things. So I work with what I have and make it better, because there's something that I can always learn, as I said earlier. So those would be the two things for me: having balance, being authentic, because you have to have a reality with who you are and where you want to go. And a lot of times people think they are further along than what they really are. You have to want to work toward it, because again, it's a vision and it's ever changing, and you have to change with the vision.
Sorry, I was still on mute.
Okay.
Yes, and that's so important, right? Like, one of the things that I would teach a lot in like when I first started my course in 2018 was this whole process of abs, right? And the A in abs is authority and authenticity, right? Because at the end of the day is that when you have the authenticity and you know your level of authority, right, you will begin to move forward in whatever it is that you were created and designed to do. Right. So you having an understanding of that helps you realize who your audience is when it comes down to marketing your business, when it comes down to communicating with people, when it comes down to, offering up whatever you're going to offer for for your audience. Right. If you are not authentic, and if you don't have that level of authority because you have yet to come to that place, then people are going to look at you like, what? Like, what are you doing? Right. People aren't going to really, buy into it, because at the end of the day, people will buy you before they buy what you're selling. And so if you don't know who you are, then you can't expect for people to buy what you're selling, because they have not bought into you first. So it's really important at any point in time when it comes down to business, music, entertainment, whatever you're going to do, regardless of how large or small your audience is to really be authentic and having that level of authority of what you have been purposed to do here on this earth. And so you make a valid point with that. And so also I'm glad that that was one of the things that benefited you, Dr. Larkins, when it came down to this 90-day challenge, reestablishing that, right? Because you have that already, but it was reestablishing it. And what does it now look like in this tech world, right? Which is so different than when you're out there and you were doing all the other workshops and all these other things. What does it now look like in this tech world when you're reaching people, different mindset of people and all that stuff, and how it works for your business? So I'm glad that you were able to redefine that for yourself throughout this 90-day challenge. And again, we're not even done with the 90 days yet, y'all. We still have more time to go. So we're going to be celebrating. I'm on the whole note. We celebrate Christmas. Make sure y'all buy yourself a gift, because this is going to be a treat to yourself. We always be buying gifts for everybody else, kids, grandkids, all that stuff, cousins, nieces, nephews. This is going to be a time where you're going to buy yourself that one special gift that you're going to open up on Christmas to celebrate your accomplishment throughout this 90-day challenge. And what has happened, I don't care what it is, a journal, a notebook, something that you've always wanted, something that you can commemorate this mark for your life and how your 2021 is now going to go. So get that thing for yourself so that you move forward with it. And of course, be authentic and have that authority in who it is that you are. So, all right, ladies, I enjoyed getting caught up with y'all. This whole conversation, us, connecting and all those other great things. And I'm looking forward to our next call next week, Friday, as we keep moving forward with all our stuff. And I look forward to seeing what y'all continue to do and what 2021 will look like for y'all as y'all take this stuff to the next level with y'all businesses and things. So it's going to be amazing. I'm excited. All right, ladies. So that really was it. Let's share y'all social handles. If you would like to follow Dr. Larkins, we're going to put up our social handles now. You can follow her at Dr. Marcia Larkins if you would like to tune in. Again, she is about women and empowering and uplifting women and helping them to, have a better future, right? And it is, of course, faith-based. Whether you are Christian or not, right? It has biblical principles that really help to elevate you to your next level spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, helping you to be whole. So follow Dr. Larkins at Dr. Marcia Larkins on Facebook. And then we have Jamila. Jamila has Autism Rec, right? You can follow her on Instagram at Autism Rec. And then, of course, her website, Autism Rec. And then we will eventually be adding her Jay Just Wants to Play website on there. But then her social media, Facebook, Autism Rec as well. If you know autistic families that are dealing with autism and have children who are autistic, I think they're kind of artistic, but autistic, and parents who need help and who need support, then have them connect with Jamila here at Autism Rec, and she'll be able to support them, help them move in the right direction, and of course know that they're not alone within this process and with these struggles. And then, of course, we got Melissa right here. You can follow her at Melissa Montero, as well as on Instagram, Melissa A. Montero, and follow her page. She has collaboration over competition, but if you connect with Melissa on Melissa Montero, you will find out about these other groups that Jamila mentioned earlier, and you will be able to find Maya's books, her books, everything. Like, she's doing like 50,000 different things. So you'll find that all on melissamontero.com, Mixed Essence, everything, like all that, all of it. So she got a lot. She's amazing. Got a lot. All right, so connect with them at those different places, those different platforms. And of course, you can always connect with me at, I got a whole lot of stuff. SharitaCollins.com and I got a lot of stuff too. It may not all be up here, but you can find me at SharitaCollins.com or my Chief Greatness page, MBA Maximizing Business Authority, which is what we focus on as well. And you will see that, of course, come up when we close out. So, all right, everyone. See y'all.
Yeah.
Here at MBA, we try to help you be your best. So join Sharita Collins as we join to make your business a success. I see you starting out your business, you seem kinda lost. So come and visit our page and we'll help you be a boss. We'll guide you and support you with new exciting strategies. Join us at MBA, don't let it be a tragedy. We offer help, we offer class. From now we'll start with a little bright sweat. But don't have to stress, just do your best with us all.